This is the presentation for topic 3 from Econ 3. What we're going to be looking at in this presentation is one of the key different market structures. This one is perfect competition. Let's get across first of all what the key characteristics are of perfect competition. We know that here we have lots of small firms. Okay, so the idea is in a perfectly competitive market, no firm will have high market share. So we have lots and lots of small firms competing equally with each other. What we also find is that the products are homogeneous. Now what we mean by that is people, or the customers should I say, don't care which product they go for. Customers will shop solely based on price. This will make firms be very competitive because if they do something not as good as a rival firm or charge a higher price, people will shift to a rival product. Other characteristics here, because we've got homogeneous products, firms here are price takers. They take the price from the market mechanism. That means they cannot charge more than their rivals because if they do, customers will go elsewhere. The reason for that is because of information. We have perfect information. People know where the cheapest products are. If one company tries to exploit, maybe thinking customers don't know how much something is, then customers will go elsewhere. Another key characteristic, there are no barriers to entry or exit. So that means if we do have firms that are making profits, rival firms can come in, compete, and then ultimately profits will fall again. So the profits earned here are only normal profits. Any supernormal profits will mean more businesses enter, which will force down prices back to normal profit levels. Right, what we want to do now is to draw the diagrams that go with this topic. To do this we need a market diagram. So this is where we look at the forces of supply and demand. So let's just draw our equilibrium point first of all. So in this market, Q1 products will be sold at P1. Alongside this, we draw the situation for the firm. So this is the firm diagrams. This is one of the businesses that operate in perfect competition. Now, as we said previously, a firm in perfect competition is a price taker. That means they have to charge P1 for all the products they sell. If they try and charge more, customers go elsewhere. In a minute we'll see why they can't charge below P1. We've therefore got a horizontal demand line. Every single product is sold for P1. This line is therefore also the AR line, the MR line, and the selling price. What we'll add to this diagram now is our marginal cost line. This is also our supply line. What we also draw is our ATC point. This business will therefore sell Q star at P1. Now what's interesting about this point is we can see the business is producing at the productively efficient point. They're producing at lowest average cost. And if you think about it, they have to, because if they don't, when they're at P1, if their costs were higher than P1, they'd be making a loss. So they have to make sure they cover all their costs. So in a perfectly competitive market, businesses have to be productively efficient. That should mean the best, lowest price available for the customer. This point is also allocatively efficient. At that price level, supply meets demand. Okay, so AR is equal to MC. So this point is static efficient. Both productive and allocative efficiency are being achieved. So you can see there's some key benefits of a firm perfect, well, for customers of perfect competition. That is, however, a long run situation. So in the long run, firms in perfect comp will only achieve normal profit levels. Let's see in the short run how they could potentially get supernormal profits. So again, we draw the firm and the market diagrams. So let's label the axes first of all. So let's imagine that in the market, in this perfectly competitive market, originally P1, Q1 is our equilibrium point. Again, the business must charge P1 because it's a price taker. So again, this is demand, AR, MR, and price. So let's imagine now that at this price level, the average total cost curve is here. And marginal cost slash supply is here. Now, if we assume this business aims for profit maximisation, they will produce to where MC equals MR. So they'll produce Q star. Now, what we can see at this point is, though, that average revenue is at P1, but costs are only at P2. So that's the average cost at this point here. We can see here that the business is actually making supernormal profit. They're making more profit than what would keep them in the market, so supernormal rather than normal. Now, what's going to happen now in the long run is that these supernormal profits will be eaten away. We've got no barriers to entry or exit. More potential firms think, well, hang on, that's a really good market to enter because I can earn some supernormal profit in there. But what that will mean is, as more firms enter the market, supply will keep on increasing. With supply increases, we know that price will fall for quantity to increase. And look what's happened. Price has fallen to P2. That will mean the new demand line for this business will shift to D1. And what we can see now is, again, the business is only making normal profit levels. Right, what I want to very quickly do to end this topic is to say what's good and bad about perfect competition. This is a really common essay question in the exam. It's important you understand these points. What our diagram shows is that static efficiency is achieved. What we also get is potentially high economic welfare. Because we've got lots of small firms producing and operating in a market with lots of competition, it should ensure low prices for customers. It should ensure high choice, so that means we've got to have high customer service to get people to keep coming back to the same businesses, and it should also ensure high quality. Okay, businesses might not like it because they've got lots of competition, but these are the benefits, and they're mainly for the customers. They're efficient, and customers get good choice, low prices, and high quality. Bad points. Okay, we always tend to assume that supernormal profits are seen as a bad thing. If business, though, is only making very low profit levels, it means they haven't got the funds for internal growth or organic growth. That means there'll be little investment in improving technology in the business, increasing capital, developing bigger, better product ranges. So that might mean the market might develop as quick as it could if we had businesses making a bit more profit. Other bad points. Low economies of scale. Okay, and this is a little bit contradictory, or so it seems, but it's not. A firm in perfect competition would achieve the lowest points on their ATC curve. So in this diagram, that might be that. So this business will produce Q1 with cost being C1. If they were a big business, though, that would mean that they can exploit more economies of scale. That will mean as the business expands and grows and gains more market share, the average total cost might fall. So that means potentially a big business could produce more and charge a lower price. So C2 costs are a lot lower than C1 costs. This would mean this big business could actually be inefficient, to maybe offer Q3 and have costs at C3, but still undercut the firm in perfect competition. So what we say is overall, well, is this a good market structure or not? It really depends on the market we're looking at.